Hi, this is Amy, and today I'd like to give you a preview view of Google Drive. So, if you are wondering if you have Drive in your account, you can navigate to drive.google.com and you can check it out and see. If you see this Notify Me button, it's not ready for your account, as you'll see there. You can click Notify Me, and as far as I can tell, this kind of toggles it to get started with your account. So, everybody that I've talked to has said that they've gotten it within 24 hours of clicking that button if they didn't see it initially. So let's look at how it will look in your account once it is turned on. So this is one of my domain accounts, and when I click the Drive button right here where the Docs button used to be, then you'll see kind of a new view. So this is a thumbnail view. It's called Grid View of my Drive account. This is all of the documents that I have stored in my Google Docs account and all of the folders. So notice I said folders, not collection. I didn't misspeak. These used to be called collections. Now they're called folders, and I see all of these elements in my Drive account. I also see shared with me, but this is a change. If you'll notice, there's no down arrow by shared with me like there is by my Drive, so I can no longer see a list of all of the collections, because when I toggle to list view up here, I don't see my collections separate from my folders, sorry, separate from my files. This is a little bothersome to me. I would like to still have a down arrow over here. It does make it a bit more difficult to find things that have been shared with me in my account. But as usual, you can always just search right up here and find your stuff. So let's take a look at how Google Drive looks on your computer itself. So it's now available for download for PC or Mac. So here's the website for downloading the software to your computer. I'll shorten it for you. That will be at goo.gl/lowercase e number 8 lowercase t uppercase f lowercase I. So if you navigate to that web address, case sensitive, you'll see the Install Google Drive on your computer links. So obviously I'm using a Mac right now. At first this software was only available for Mac, but now already it's out for PC also. So you'll want to download the software. And this software, if you're familiar with the tool Dropbox, it works a whole lot like Dropbox. So let's take a look at it. So here it is running. This is equivalent to sort of the system tray on a PC. And I'm guessing on a PC that's where it runs, and that's where you'll see the icon. That's done on a PC down in the bottom right hand corner by the time. So I'm going to open my Google Drive folder, and you'll see a list of all of my files. Now, I didn't drag and drop to put all of these files in here. This is downloaded from my Google Docs account itself. So it downloaded all of the files, forms, everything that I have in my Google Docs account. So let's look at how that works for a second. When I want to put something new into my Google Docs account, I now have a different way that didn't exist before. So I'm going to take a folder from my computer, and I'm going to drag and drop it over into my Google Drive, and we'll see what happens. So here's a folder with a bunch of pictures in it and all kinds of stuff like that. It's probably going to take it a while to upload. It's kind of giant. And I'm just going to drag and drop it and let it go over into my Google Drive account. Now you'll see it down here, and it's actually already turned into a green check mark, even though, oh, there it goes back again. So it's got two little, it looks kind of like the recycle arrows. It's very similar to Dropbox. So it's uploading this folder to my Google Drive space, and you'll see my Google Drive logo up here sort of spinning. So when this logo stops spinning and this mark right here turns back into a green check mark, then that folder of content will be uploaded to my Google Drive account. Now once it's uploaded, I'll be able to go into my Drive, and you can always get here by going to drive.google.com or clicking in the bar from your mail account or any of the Google services once you're logged into your account. So I'll be back in just a second when that file is uploaded. So I'm back in my Google Drive account online, and you can see my logo up here has stopped spinning, and I can tell you that there was a green check mark located there. And you might think that if I go to sort last modified, I would see that file folder there that I just uploaded, but that's not the case because I didn't change anything in that file folder. I only uploaded it. So let me find it with the search. So here's my safety logo idea folder, which is what I uploaded, and now I can click it. I see it located over here on my drive in my list, and I see all of the elements of that, not converted, remember, because I didn't do any conversion. I simply uploaded all of these files. So now I see them in two places. I can open the Google Drive folder on my computer, and there is the folder and all of the elements. I can open these on my computer and edit them, and then that file that I edit will be synchronized automatically with my Google Drive account. So like I said before, if you're familiar with Dropbox, this concept is exactly the same, except that with Dropbox, I don't have any way to open any of those files and edit them online. And here, if I have a .doc file, for example, that I can convert, then I can actually open that up through my browser. Which brings me to the next point. Another reason why this is so exciting and such a beautiful system is that I'm going to be able to get to these files on my mobile device. So let's look at how we do that. So here's some information about what different kinds of systems will work with Google Drive, and you can see you have to have a certain operating system on your Android device or your iOS device. Now this stuff is ever changing, so if you're wondering if it works on your device, then just go ahead and try it. Open up your browser on your mobile device and go to drive.google.com, and you'll be prompted to log in on that specific device. What's exciting though is that I can actually get to my drive on my mobile phone. I use an iPhone, and I can actually edit now my Google Docs on my phone right through the browser. So that's a big plus. And I'm going to be able to see anything that I can put into my drive. I'm going to be able to preview if my phone has the software to do that. So exciting. Another wonderful thing about this, and of course this has always been true, but it sort of highlights it, is that I no longer have to email big files to people. So let's say I want to share all of these files with somebody in the safety department so that they can get them, edit them, do whatever they want to with them, have a copy of them, whatever. So I've uploaded this folder already to my Google Drive, and now I can just come over and click share, and I can type a name down here and give whoever needs access to this access right through here, instead of creating another copy of these files and having that person need to download them and store them in their own account. So let's talk about storage space for a minute. Our storage space went way up last week. Private accounts, Gmail accounts, I think they got 5 gigabytes, and we have tons more than that in education. If you want to check and see how much space you've got, you come to the gear in your Drive account, go over to settings, and then right down here in storage we have some information. So in my account I'm using 1% of my 5 gigabytes of space, and I'm notified right here that only stored files count toward my storage limit. Let's look at what that means. So my stored files are files like these, PPTX. See how it's still got the PowerPoint logo over there? Those are stored files. Anytime I upload something and I let it convert into a Google file type, for example, let's say this file right here used to be a .doc, but I uploaded it and allowed it to convert, these types of files do not count toward my space. Neither do forms, neither do spreadsheets. Anything that has been converted into the Google format doesn't count against my space. So it's a pretty extraordinary amount of space. So this is kind of interesting too. If you want to convert your Google Docs that you've uploaded, maybe you dragged and dropped them into the Google Drive space on your computer, then you can just right-click those files and you can choose Convert to Google Docs. So here it is, right-click the item in your Google Drive and select, it's Export to Google Docs from the menu. So that could be a handy feature too. So I'm going to make a guess about how this works on Chromebooks, and I'll have to test it out to see if I'm correct, but I'm picturing a scenario where students are building, let's say, a Prezi and or a Google presentation or any type of file where you're going to have to go out to the web and maybe save a bunch of pictures. Although a Google presentation, you would just paste them right in there. But let's say they're going to build a Prezi and they're going to build a storage tank sort of pictures to use in their Prezi. Well, they're going to need some place to put those files while they're in process of building. Maybe one day you're going to spend, looking at pictures or whatever. I'm guessing that part of the reason why Google Drive was created is so that you can save those pictures directly to this space and maybe not have to have what most school districts call a U drive or something like that, a server storage space. So let's say we're going to search for a picture of an apple, and what I can do now is find that apple that I want to save, and I can save that image and I can save it directly to my Google Drive, and maybe even to a folder that I create within that Google Drive, so that I've created my stockpile in that space. I think this is going to be really helpful for school districts. It's something that most people in education have waited for a long time. It really takes the burden of file storage off of school districts. So I hope that this has given you some kind of an idea how Google Drive will look for you, perhaps how it will work for your students, how it could work in your school district, and maybe how to get started with it. If you have questions about it that I can help you with, please let me know. You can comment on my blog or on my YouTube channel, or send me an email. There's a contact form on my blog that works rather well. Haven't had anybody say that they tried to contact me and got blocked or anything through here. I get it in both of the email accounts I use all the time. So here's the contact button. It's just a little form on my blog, or I'm sure somewhere in this video you probably saw my direct email address. That's certainly fine too. So hope that helps you, and that you have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.